is the Jesse Kelly Show on a Thursday, and everyone has seen the news. We've been talking about it for over 2 hours now, on top of everything else about Joe Biden potentially, I want to make sure I put that out there, potentially dropping out, and then the rightful heir, we don't know whether this will work out this way or not, but the person who's going to inherit the donor money is Kamala Harris. And people don't, even though we don't like her, everyone knows they don't like her, they don't truly understand the depth of how incapable this woman is of anything at all. And Charlie Spiering joins me now. He wrote a book. This is a book. It's blurred by Tucker Carlson, all these guys. It's called Amateur Hour, and it's about Dome. Charlie, you wrote it. I didn't. How in the world did this woman get to the freaking White House, being as how she knows nothing?
Well, first, before I start talking, I got to put on my sunglasses.
Well, obviously, yes, sir. See, Charlie's on the program.
That's the way to do it.
Daggone right.
If you're going to be up at all hours of the night and all hours of the morning, then let's put on some shades.
Daggone right.
These lights are pretty bright, too, Jesse.
Not for me. Not for me or you. Look, it is for everyone else, but not for us.
That's right. That's right. Well, yes, when I sat down to write this book last year, I was thinking, hey, how is it that we have a woman who there's a very realistic chance of her becoming the 47th president of the United States, and yet most people don't know that much about her other than, the first three years and her word salads and sort of her laugh and her awkwardness and the first 3 years of the vice presidency. And so that's why I sort of sat down and started researching her background and, what a lot of there is for readers to understand about a woman who could very easily be the 47th president of the United States.
Okay, so I want you to explain that to me, because it dumbfounds me that she really can't speak about anything with any amount of detail or genuineness at all, even personal things. Like, you couldn't ask her favorite meal and get a decent answer, let alone policy questions. How could she rise to be vice president? She came up through California. A friggin' senator from California is a big deal. AG of California is a big, big deal. What? How?
Yeah, I think a lot of Democrats were surprised, that she definitely has when she does have these casual moments, at one point she starts talking about gumbo. There's a great clip out there of her discussing her love of gumbo, but laughing at the same time that she's talking about it, and you really have a hard time believing that her favorite food is gumbo. Mm-hmm. But she definitely gives a ring for it. Look, it's a product of the one party system in California, right? When you have a one party Democratic Party running the whole state, you don't necessarily have to convince the voters that you deserve to be elected. You have to convince the donors. And out in California, it's a perfect blend of wealthy donors, wealthy business people, the celebrities, and then the heiresses and heirs of all the wealth out there. And then when it comes to the bottom, it's the Democratic Party. You have to convince the party officials that you belong on the stage and that you belong there. And I think that's a big reason why she moved up. Also, she wouldn't be anything but a humble prosecutor in Alameda County, California, if it wasn't for her relationship with Willie Brown. And that's really where the book kicks off in full force.
Oh, please do tell. Willie Brown. How did that all come about?
Yeah, it's funny because, in every online comment section or on every social media network, when you talk about Kamala Harris, immediately comes up the name Willie Brown. And a lot of people don't think that's fair. Certainly Kamala doesn't like talking about it. But that's how she kind of moved into high society, is when she was an Alameda County prosecutor. She started dating Willie Brown. She was 29. He's 60. He's running for mayor of San Francisco. So he continues this relationship with her, and people Willie Brown is technically separated from his wife Blanche. They don't live together anymore. They don't spend a lot of time together. And Willie Brown had the reputation of being somewhat of a playboy, always having girls on his arms as he walked around the halls of power and all the fancy receptions and, in between the different business and celebrity events. He always had a girl hanging on his arm. But as he's running for mayor of San Francisco, he picks up Kamala Harris and starts having a stable relationship with an adult woman. And the gossip columnists took great notice of this. The gossip columnists of San Francisco are perfect, because they're automatically start buzzing about this new girl in Willie Brown's life and whether or not they're serious. And that's a big part of what kicked off her career of being a socialite, right? And all of a sudden, she's being led into all the different areas of power that Willie Brown moves comfortably in, and he's basically teaching her how to act in those situations.
Okay, so explain this to me, Charlie. Again, we're talking to Charlie Spiering. He wrote this book, Amateur Hour, highly recommended. It's about Dome. Okay, so you say it's a one-party rule state, and obviously you're correct about that. But there are a bunch of Democrats who want to be the senator in California. There are a bunch of Democrats who want to be the AG in California. This woman sucks on a I really wish I'd put that differently. This woman is not capable. She's not capable of speaking well. She's not capable of relating to people. How does she leapfrog all of them? Is it just the Willie Brown story?
Well, the Willie Brown story introduces her to the socialites, right? And everybody really likes how she acts in person. She's charming, she's young, she smiles, she laughs. You know, people actually like her laugh at this point. And so a big part of it is she showed up and took out a progressive prosecutor. The district attorney of San Francisco, Terrence Hallinan at the time, was a true progressive prosecutor, and a lot of people did not like what he was doing because crime was rising, homelessness was rising way back in the 90s. And so there were drug problems, and so she launched her first campaign running to the right of this sort of leftist prosecutor, and who was, you know, kind of aging out of the job and losing respect from the elites in San Francisco. Her campaign slogan was, "Let's not be smart on crime," or let's not be tough on crime or weak on crime. Let's be smart on crime.
Yes, of course.
So you get that slogan going, you run a little bit to the right, and she spent a lot of time ripping this progressive prosecutor as not caring about women, not caring about children, not caring about immigrants. And she ended up winning the race, and with the help of Willie Brown, not on the podium, right? She's trying to distance herself from Willie Brown, and ultimately throws him under the bus at the end.
Of course she does.
Hello, Willie Brown's over. He's a loser. I'm here. But Willie Brown was always there behind the scenes helping her raise the money, and that's how she got all the money.
The book is Amateur Hour. He's Charlie Spiering. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you very much.
You bet. It's great to see you in person.